Welcome to the Brett Davis Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Brett Davis, coming to you from Attorney King's studio in beautiful Coronado. This is the Brett Davis Show. I hate to say myself in the third person, but it's okay because I don't care. I'm very honored today, of course, and we're going to be talking about the 100-year anniversary of the Coronado Flower Show, which is going to be coming up. And, of course, I have some very patriotic and very strong-willed individuals here today to help me talk about that. But before we start, we have to say thank you to our show sponsors, because without them, I wouldn't be able to pay my rent or my electricity, and my wife would leave me. So it sounds like a country song. But before we do that again, I'd like to say thank you to, of course, Attorney King for his sponsorship and belief in us and everything he does in the community, which is phenomenal. He's very humble and he does a lot for our community. Also, Sequan Casino Chairman Cody Martinez, where we're going to be doing our Academia Awards for all the top school teachers in San Diego, which we did last year after the pandemic, which was very successful. And of course, we all can remember that one teacher that made a difference in our life. So why not celebrate the teachers? Also like to say thank you to IB Fitness and Marina Teal, who does her podcast all the way from Houston, Texas with IQ Podcasts and everything she does, and her top show here at, of course, IQ Podcast. And Bona Facetta, which is going to be helping us with our dinner on May 7th to help us raise money for the Police Officers Association of Coronado to help them buy that vintage police car. Any way we can help our police officers, which work and rally to help them and support them. As you know, we are big law enforcement supporters and we love our officers. So we're going to be talking right now, of course, with two ladies, I would say two young ladies, of course, that just decided to come by and talk about the 100-year Coronado Flower Show that's been going on since 1922 now till 2022, and it's brought to you by the City of Coronado and the Coronado Floral Association. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thrilled to be here.
Okay. So introduce yourself.
So my name is Diana Drummey, and I am the Coronado Floral Association president this year, as well as the chair of the Coronado Flower Show for 100 years.
Well, you look pretty good for doing this for 100 years.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And of course, I have somebody else that's not a stranger to the show and somebody that's one of our writers for our newspaper, Beyond the Bridge. Introduce yourself.
Cynthia Salanista. I'm happy to be here. Always trying to find good stories out in the community. And how could you miss the flower show?
Well, this is my first time. I've heard about it, but I'm excited because we have such a beautiful city in Coronado and we have beautiful gardens and things anyway. But I mean, what a great, tradition.
It is. And it came together as it was 100 years ago. The community and the world was coming out of a pandemic, and there was some controversy in town. There was issues regarding, you may find this hard to believe, 100 years ago with traffic and zoning. And so at the time, several prominent community members got together and said, hey, let's put together this flower show. Let's do something to beautify the community and to come together. And so that's what they did. And since then, it has really evolved into where it is now. And as it moves to the next 100 years, it's going to continue to evolve.
So what are who can do this event? I mean, anybody that lives in Coronado?
Anyone that lives in Coronado, anyone that lives in San Diego County. If you want to come down from LA, you're welcome to do it.
No.
No.
We don't want it.
No.
I'm in trouble. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I didn't like people from LA. I just it's going to be it's a very small city.
It is.
We love everybody.
We do. So the thing with this is it has broadened itself. I mean, obviously when it began and for many, many years, it was just within the community of Coronado, but it is, for example, I don't live here. I worked for the city for 25 years. I live in La Mesa, but I became very involved in the community, and that's how I got involved. Same with Cynthia. She lived here, doesn't live here, became involved.
I did the table decorations for 5 or 6 years. But point of fact, I wasn't old enough to win an award because some of the people that are in the show have been with it 75 years or so.
There have been, yes.
And I had a question that I don't know.
Okay.
How many people do you think attend the show annually?
Well, that's a good question. And the reason why is because we've probably guessed around 3,000. This year, we're anticipating over for probably 5,000. We've had a lot of marketing, a lot of interviews such as this, articles in the UTs coming out. And because we were on a hiatus for 2 years, people are hungry to be out and enjoying themselves in the beauty of this city and participating in the show.
Well, I mean, we're excited. So this is going on for how many days?
2 days, April 23rd, April 24th. Saturday, we don't open till 1 because we have judging in the morning. So it's 1 to 5. And then on Sunday, it's from 10 until 4 o'clock.
Because you're former law enforcement.
I
And
am.
thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yes, I retired as a police sergeant from the city of Coronado in 2014 and loved my career here.
Well, thank you for what you did.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you. So what was the draw? What was it about the flower show that you said, I want to get involved? Because you're retired, but you're not retired, because I have a feeling you're very active.
I am very active. Well,
and you can do a lot of things, but why the flower show?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's such a difference from law enforcement to flowers. I'm also a master gardener, and I love being a part of the earth, about developing floral designs and gardening. And my birthday is Earth Day. And ever since it became a big celebration, I have always been part of the earth, whether I'm recycling something or I'm cultivating and growing something. And so a friend of mine, Catherine Keitzer, got me involved in this and said, let's go participate. And then we were knee deep in it, and we have loved it ever since. And she is still as involved. We've become flower show judges. We compete at other shows. We judge other shows. And we just love it.
It's also good therapy.
It is. I mean, nothing's nicer than to get a bouquet of roses or bouquet of gardenias or grow some radishes or fix a succulent and bring it in. I was out cutting my roses yesterday, hoping they'll survive. I'll have a bushel to bring for the competition in a week and a half. I'm hoping.
Well, I want to see your roses. I love roses.
Oh, good. Rita Purwich is a rosarian, also a master gardener, and she has been running the rose section for years, and she is so knowledgeable. She has articles in the Union Tribune frequently about how to take care of your roses.
Wow.
And I think, like anything else, people think, oh, I can't grow roses or orchids or tillandsias.
I've heard roses are kind of challenging, aren't they?
You know what?
Are they challenging?
My mother used to grow roses in the Northeast, where we have colder temperatures, but we always took really care of this one small rose garden, and
it worked.
It worked. You have to mulch them and you have to give them loving care.
So are they a high maintenance flower?
To me, I've not found that. They love the heat and the warmth where I am in La Mesa. They love my coffee grounds. I'm done drinking coffee.
I heard coffee grounds are very, very good for.
Yeah, and you got to cut them back in the first of the year, down to the stalks so that they can bloom again. I think it's like anything. You become educated and you're like, oh, this is easier than I thought.
Yeah, but not everybody has a green thumb.
This is true.
Why is that?
I think it's just, you've got it like anything. You find something you enjoy, you need to become educated. You can't just say, I can do this. As well as you also have to be willing to say, not everything survives. Sometimes things just die.
So how does that work into the home judging of everyone's outdoor gardens? People participate willingly or unwillingly?
That's another interesting. If you don't want your house judged, you can, put something else. It's pretty rare. People love to fluff up their yard. It really beautifies the community. Not that it's not already beautiful, but like I was sharing earlier, every building, school, garden, condos, apartments, all are judged in the Ks here in the village. People like to, bring out all their new annuals or perennials and make their yards look beautiful. And so we go through and we look at them, did they leave the hose out? Is there a box of trash in the front yard? We don't mind if there's fake grass. We don't mind if it's xeriscape. It's how you're taking care of your yard. You take interest in it.
How long does that take to do the judging? There's a lot of homes, and what's your team like?
So there's about 125 people that do it, probably more. And they spent Friday, Saturday, and Sunday doing it. And they go out in teams of 2. There's 3 ladies that put it together this year, Kelly, Lori, and Lisa. And they create the teams. They give them a bag. They give them their markers, and then the awards, the certificates. And the ladies fill them out as well. The judges, each of the sets of couples that are going around, the pairs, and they fill out and say, this is a first, this is a second.
Okay.
And then those 3 go around and pick the top ones. But it takes a couple days. It does take a couple days.
So what do the winners get?
Ribbons, rosettes,
Okay.
and they get the chance to say, I am the top, or I am the best in the village, the best in the K's. Swati is the best. It got a blue ribbon in best restaurant here in town. Trying to think. I just saw the list last night really quick, so I don't recall all of them. I think one address was on F. There was something on Pine. Just
all around. Okay.
All around, yes.
I was a part of the table decorations, and one year I had this. I actually used to involve my family. I'd go home to Texas to see my family around Easter, and then they would help me plot the flower show stuff. I would take something old and borrowed from my family stuff, would take artwork maybe from one of my nieces and put it together. But I was bummed one year because we had this really beautiful fake flowers, and I got thrown out because I had fake flowers. But you're saying in the lawn competition, you can have fake
You can
grass.
have fake grass. You can have fake flowers. I mean, we want fresh. Obviously, in floral designs, everything is fresh. I hope they didn't throw you out. They just took out your fake flowers.
They took me out.
Oh,
I was just thinking we're going to be having a fitness event. Maybe I should have real and fake things. Those are fake. You're in the fake category. How much did you pay for? Never mind.
I know.
Well, the other thing I like about the floral show, Brett, is the fact that involves all the different groups from the community, the Boy Scouts, the Optimists, the Rotary, the Beer Club. Everybody takes a part of putting this huge event together.
It is. It's huge.
So, name some of the groups again.
Diane, I'm going to let
the
her.
Optimist, Rotary, Junior Optimist, Boys Club Troop 801, the girls high school water polo, the Women's Club, the Coronado Junior Women's Club, Bridge and Bay Garden Club, Crown Garden Club. Trying to think if I'm missing anybody.
Island Beer Club.
Island Beer Club. I just made a list of it the other day.
Today's beer club.
Yeah, no, they actually have a tent, and that's probably a big draw for some of the husbands of the floral decorators.
Who has a tent?
Island Beer Club.
The Island Beer Club has a tent
at the flower show.
It's called beer. It's the beer garden, but
it's a garden
handled by
the beer club.
The beer club guys.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
I think the best thing for you, Brett, is to go see the kids' flower things or the men's.
The men's section is fun. So
I love flowers.
Yeah. I mean, one of the other things that's fun this year is Mr. and Mrs. Spreckles. John D. Spreckles will be here, which is what the park is named after.
Really? How's he holding up?
You know what? Surprisingly well. They look lovely.
I would love I'd love to meet him. I've stayed in his old mansion, his old room.
In fact, they'll be staying there next week. I picked them up on Wednesday, and they're going to be having a tea at the library, and they're going to be at the park opening day on Saturday.
I would love to get photos of that.
I would love for you to come over and see him. I've actually brought you a book of hers, of Miss Lily's.
Wow.
For you to have.
They are. Look, they do look wonderful.
Don't they look great?
Wow.
Cannot wait for them to be here.
Look.
We're also going to have Miss Teen Coronado volunteer, Alexia. I'm going to say her name wrong. Who's also
Miss Teen Coronado.
Miss Teen Coronado. I'm safe with that, right? So the mayor's there, the council, they'll be there for opening day.
Well, we want to be there.
Does the community
please come.
This is going to be a great event.
Doesn't the community band play?
Community band opens up, and then we've got some wonderful music throughout the weekend.
Will you be singing?
No, you don't want to hear me sing.
Oh yes, it's okay. It's okay. Well,
thank you, but I will have a flower hat on. You can't miss me.
Okay.
I'll have my flower hat on.
Very nice.
Yes, please come be our guest. I would love it. There's a couple little surprises that are going to be there that not a lot of people know about. But it's 100 years, and then we've got the big blowout party Saturday night, which is the next generation. Sarah Stillman, Jessica Mishovic, Colby Frere, the Follettas are helping. It is going to be an amazing event. And they just created the 1922 Club, which is part of this 100 years looking through the looking glass. So this is the next generation. These ladies are taking it on. They've all grown up in town. I've known them since they were wee-high to a stock, as the saying goes. And I can't be more excited to have them take it on. And they're just running like maniacs to the future.
So where's the party going to be?
It is in the park. Tickets are still on sale.
Oh, really?
Yes, there are. We've got, in fact, the same sponsor, Bonafarqueta, are underwriting all the meals.
Oh, they're so wonderful.
Aren't they
Yes,
marvelous?
yes.
Coronado Brewing Company has been underwriting the beer for us. And so we're going to have it there in the park. Like I said, tickets are online at Coronado Flower Show, and it will sell out. And it's a good 3 hours. The ladies come in, they decorate it all up. It's going to have the Alice in Wonderland theme.
Really?
Yes. Like there's a giant chess set that's going to be there. There's going to be people in
who's going to be Cheshire?
That I don't know yet. I haven't been given all the secrets. And then they close it. And then they clean it up. And the next day we're back in for the flower show. So be a lot of fun. I know. 100 years. We're really trying to blow it out, as I say.
Well, I think it's going to happen. We look forward to going. Hopefully Sarah will let me go, and I don't know what's going on. I have to find out what's going on, because she always has things planned, and I find out sometimes last minute.
Oh, absolutely.
There
Good,
we go.
good,
I guess
good.
we are going to be there.
Yay!
Behind every a good man is a strong woman.
There you go.
There you
That's
go.
the ticket. That's
Yeah.
the ticket.
Well, I appreciate both of you being
Thank
here.
you.
Well, I couldn't have been happier. Thank you so much. I'm honored to have been invited and to be able to share so much. It's a marvelous event. It's a marvelous community. It really has a warm place in my heart. Even though I don't live here, I say this, it's still very important, this community. But it is the San Diego community, because so many people, I can't even tell you how many people are involved outside.
Why is that about Coronado? Because I understand, like, a lot of our events that happen here, not to say the people that live here don't get involved, but why is it there's so many people that live in other cities that do so much in the city of Coronado?
You know what? I
It's
I
the
don't
feeling.
know.
It's the feeling of home. It feels like what home should be like, what your neighborhood should be like.
It's small town. I mean, that's why I live in La Mesa. I grew up in Chula Vista, but I chose La Mesa.
I like La Mesa.
Small town.
Sure.
You know, you want to have.
I like the Hills.
Right.
The Hills Bar.
Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorites.
They make the best sliders.
I know.
Right?
I know.
I think it's the Hawaiian bread.
Must
It
be,
is,
must be.
but it is just the most quaint restaurant.
Isn't it great?
It is.
It's a great little bar.
I love
Have you been to
it.
the Hills before?
Oh my gosh.
I'm fairly new to San Diego. I
Oh
came
my
in
God.
2000.
It's iconic. It's an iconic
It
bar.
is so dark because they've got old bench seats from
Right.
I think the Murphy, is it Jack Murphy Stadium or
Yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. Let me just, but it's that hometown feel. You know, I
Right.
think that's why people like it. I mean, like for example, in La Mesa, they're having a parade for Flag Day on June 4th. It's all hometown. My Optimist Club's involved out there, you know, so I'm involved in things there. I think people like the little smallerness.
Mhm.
I think so. I think
You
so
know, it's
too.
easier to get
In
more
a
involved.
complex world, why not simplify?
All right.
It reminds me of, like, I'm from Massachusetts. We had cousins that lived in the outskirts, like on a farm community in Southbridge, and I'm Polish. There was the Pulaski Day Parade, and we all used to get together because the same thing. All the homes are out, decorated. People come down the streets, and I think that's what's appealed to me about Coronado. It feels, like a home neighborhood.
Yep, it's growing though.
And
Yeah, with the flower show, it's growing, right?
Well, it better be growing. Flowers not growing is not a good thing.
No.
But you know what? I want you to know something. Our IQ podcast and Beyond the Bridge is the communities. Yeah, we operate it. We're here. We do make a living out of it. But honestly, this is a community podcast. It's a community publication, paper, and we want the community to utilize these things that are there at no cost.
Oh, marvelous.
Because I think it's important that we have more community right now, because in a world of separation, we need community more than we've ever needed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing and everything you have done. And we look forward to helping any way we can.
Well, great. Well, I look forward to you guys being there on opening day and seeing all the fun and fluff and flowers.
And maybe maybe we can set up a time where Sarah's never been to the Hills.
Oh,
Maybe we can take her to the Hills and get her
Yeah. I haven't been either, so I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
Everybody take care. We're on our way to the Hills. It's nice seeing you. Don't forget, we're having the Coronado Flower Show coming up on the 23rd through the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
And for more information, it's all there on the bottom of the screen, right, Sarah? Yes? No? Possibly?
CoronadoFlowerShow.com.
There you go. Everybody take care and
Thank
be
you.
nice to each other. Yippee-ki-yay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.